Okay, we were in Psalm 90 Psalm 90 verse 9, looking at words that Isaiah uses that are in Psalm 90 to show how, he's tying to and answering Psalm 90 in a sort of antiphonal fashion. Okay, you got panu here, which the verb is being used here, but Isaiah references it both as a noun and very poignantly. Panim memenu, where is that? It's in Isaiah 53. Okay, panim, here's the word for panim. This is us turning our faces away from him. Ukmasater, which my pastor says is a verb, even though you'll usually find the text say it's a noun. Ukmasater panim memenu, our faces. Even as we turned away our faces from him. Okay, so that's panim, but this is panu, to turn, but hiding away is a type of turning away. Okay, you'll see that also referenced in Isaiah 53:6, which ish l'darko paninu, where is it? Ish l'darko paninu. This is the same verb actually. Okay, see, there's pana, to turn, and here it is pana, to turn. So you can now see that Isaiah is playing on that in in Psalm 99. And you can see the content tie. I can. Hopefully you can. See? There's the same verb. And here we're turning in our own way. Okay, yeah, and so our days decline. Right? And let's see, what else? We got Passover, another Passover. That's cute. Hebrew means to pass over on the other side. Habiru. Then we got Kala again. Shana again. And moaning. Okay, the moaning is referenced in Ish Makovot Wudu Choli. That's right here. Oh, no, it's Isaiah 53:5. Okay, that's 53:3. Yeah, it's right here. Okay, that has to do with sorrows. The man of sorrows is usually how it's translated. I like to translate it the heartbreak man, because it's that kind of sorrow. Love sickness. Okay, loving us so much and we not loving him in return. It doesn't mean he wants love back. It's just heartbreaking to love somebody and it's all one-sided. And so there's the moaning referenced. Okay, you're going to see that used a lot. Makov. Alright, sorrow. That's used a lot in Isaiah. Alright, so now we've finished 99. Okay, now we're in 90:10. I'm coming back to the years because it's all about time. 70 years is not really referenced directly here, but 70 years is a voting period in the orchestration of time, so it's interesting that Moses picked 70. But that's not directly referenced in Isaiah, since Isaiah is about the Lord fulfilling time by coming on time. Gavar is referenced in Isaiah directly, and that's in Isaiah 52:13. Okay, Hine Yaskil Avdi Yarum Wenisa Wagava. Same word. Let me show you. See? It's related. You see on the right hand side, the blue highlight and the lower window is talking about what kind of word it is. That's why I like BibleWorks so much. It's really easy to use. Whereas there's a sort of formation from that word being used in Psalm 90:10. And, it's talking about somebody having 80 years. It's just talking about a human being. There's not an immediate context to link it, except that you see that Isaiah is taking and playing off. I mean, like this verse here is about, let me show you the English, okay? 80 years for strength. Gavar right here has to do with if you're, really healthy, you'll live maybe 80 years. Okay? But this is a verse that's talking about him being exalted forever and us living with him forever. So it's a very coy or clever way to reference Psalm 90:10, which is about how long you live if you're strong. Yeah. And given how he gets beaten up, God rewards him and exalts him, and that's what Gavah means. So, Gavah leads to Gavar for us. And that is actually also referenced in Isaiah 53:12. Let's pull it. V'tatsumim yachalak shalal. Okay, where is it? Absumim. Okay, these are the mighty. Okay? So you see how it's another word for strength, as Gavar is. Alright? So you notice how it's tying. This is the climactic verse about inheriting. He's sharing out the people booty with those who are spiritually mature. Okay, those are the people who are going to inherit kingdoms rather than just be in one. Alright, so then we move down. You see how phenomenal this is? That keywords that are in Psalm 90 are actually being used in Isaiah 53 to talk back to Psalm 90. Okay? And then, who knows the power of your anger and your fury according to the fear that is due you? What is it? Yareh and Yareh. Yareh means to see, and Yareh means to fear or revere. Okay? That's picked up on in Isaiah 52:15. Ken Yazeh goyim rabim alai, right here. Yazeh. Yazeh means two things. It means to be amazed or shocked, and that's the primary use of it here, because we know that because this is thaumazo in Greek. So they're saying that's the primary meaning. Thaumazo means to be shocked, afraid. Okay? But Yazeh also comes from Nazah, which means, as you can see below in the right-hand window, which they call it sprinkle. It's really not sprinkle, it's to toss the blood. In other words, you got all this blood coming off from the dying sacrifice, you collect it in a basin, and then you throw it around on the ground. That was what the priest was supposed to do. You just throw it around as if it were worthless. That was always in the Levitical offerings. The blood is just completely poured out on the ground. Useless. That's the thinking of him on the cross, just poured out for us, useless. Alright? And then there's our friend of R again. He keeps on using that. Passover, Christ our Passover, passing over, going past the sins of our life, going past this life into eternity. And it's really clever. Okay, now here we come to the critical verse. Teach us to number our days. Alright? Verse literally says to number our days, and this has to do with, truly, correctly, to know. Alright, because it's elliptical, it's a meter. Alright? And then this has to do with going in, alright, to enter our hearts and wisdom. Alright, so that's what Isaiah 52:15 also addresses. Ken Yazeh Goyim, the Gentiles, Rabim Alai, what's happening to them? Yikpitsu, with shock. The kings, Malakim, Pichem, shut their mouths. Because the one who, Asher, Lo Supar, they didn't know, Lachem Rao, they will see. That's an idiom for understanding. And in fact, he says it next. Asher Lo Shamu, the one they didn't hear of, Hit Punano, intensively understand. Okay, bin and bo are sort of a play here. What's entering into your heart. Knowledge going into your heart. Alright? And therefore you intensively understand. You see how Isaiah is doing it? Is this clever or what? And then of course chokmah, variant pronunciations of it, is wisdom as a result. All right, and that ties to Isaiah 52:13, which is always mistranslated. Hine yaskil. Yaskil means by the skill of his knowledge. All right, if you look in the lower right-hand corner, by the skill of his knowledge, my servant, the Christ, will be exalted. All right, actually, it's got more to it than that. All right, it'll be caused him to rise up, and that is a play on the cross also.